Alright guys, welcome back to another one of these anime in review videos or whatever you wanna call them. This is for the spring anime for the year 2026. And I can't lie, kind of a weak season. This is probably not going to be that long a video. Now, I know every time I say that, the video ends up being at least 2 hours long anyway, but I highly doubt this video is going to go on that long, to be completely honest with you. This is probably going to be the shortest anime review video for this year, because this, like I said, was a weak season. I mean, looking at the winter 2026 lineup and summer 2026 lineup, this season is weak. I'm just being blunt, just being honest. There were some heavy hitters. There were some strong anime. We'll talk about them when we talk about that. But I ain't just sitting here and lying to y'all and tell y'all, oh yeah, this is a super strong season. I'll keep it honest. I'm not gonna say this is one of the better seasons I've seen in a while. It's not. It's one of the weaker seasons I've seen in a while actually. Um, so before we get right into it, I just want to say, rest in peace. What the heck was that? Okay, Control F. Rest in peace to Hayden Panettiere. Sounds French. Maybe it's a French name. I don't know. Don't know if I'm butchering her name or her family name. I don't mean to, but either way, rest in peace. Sucks to see. Dang, she was so close to her birthday too. That's rough. Um, don't really know what happened, but still horrible. Um, and I don't didn't even know who she was, to be honest. Obviously, I've heard about it being a big deal. People saying, "Oh, she died," and she died yesterday, by the way. So she passed away. Yes, this is yesterday for me at least. I'm recording this on the 17th, and at first I was like, "Okay, well, I mean, that's unfortunate that an actress passes away. That sucks. Obviously, I don't really know who she is, but too bad." Um, Always sucks to see that someone's life, and especially because she was so young, right? 36. She's so young. I mean, she has so much potential as an actress and to keep on going. But why I'm mentioning it as well to begin with, and why it's a big deal, at least for me, is because she is the voice of Kairi in Kingdom Hearts, and that made it hit so much, more for me at least, because Kairi is such an important character in Kingdom Hearts, and she's one of the most important characters in Kingdom Hearts, even though it might not appear that way because of how little she's included as a playable character. But I obviously like Kairi as a character, and I'm pretty sure she also voices Shion and Namine. I wouldn't be surprised if she voices all three because they sound really, really similar. But she's a great voice actress, at least, she was as Kyrie, and I'm assuming Shion and Namine as well. Now, if Kingdom Hearts 1 came out till in 2, so she would have been pretty young, right? Yeah, 1989. She would have been like 12 or something, voicing Kyrie. Or 13, I guess. Yeah, 13 probably, because, localization probably comes out after the Japanese version comes out. But so really young voiced Kyrie, and she kept voicing. I'm assuming she kept on voicing. I don't really know um, how much she voiced. Oh, it's just right here. Okay, she voiced Kyrie and Shion in the video game series Kingdom Hearts from 2002 to 2017. What, 2017? Kingdom Hearts is still ongoing, buddy. What do you mean 2017? I guess. Wait, didn't she voice Kyrie in Kingdom Hearts 3? She sounded like the same voice to me. Kingdom Hearts 3. Cause yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2017 must have been 2.8 or something. 2.8, and that bundle was 0.2 precisely. But she didn't really. I don't know if she did voice lines there. Maybe in the remaster versions of the Kingdom Hearts games. But yeah, and Kingdom Hearts is probably my favorite video game like franchise ever. She also portrayed some Sam in Until Dawn. Okay, I've never played Until Dawn, but I've heard great things about it. Maybe I should play it for y'all. Maybe I should play it for my YouTube channel at some point. Wait one minute, what? She was married to Vladimir Klitschko? What the? From 2000 to 20? Wait, I didn't know that. What the? She has a child. Okay, did you have a child with Vladimir? What the heck? Is this like known? Did he marry her? Or was that just what? Yeah, I know Vitaly Klitschko. I know the Klitschko brothers. Did he actually marry her for like they were married relationship, but they didn't get married. She appeared ringside some of his fights. They had a split. Came back in 2013. They were engaged. The union produced a daughter. I don't see. I don't like to refer to human beings this way. The union produced a daughter. Like, just say they had a child together. They had a daughter together. You know what I'm saying? Like that sounds more human. Like, uh, Klitschko was going to full custody of 2018. They didn't get married. They were just engaged, but they didn't get married. They split for a second time, according to her mother. Shortly before Panettiere death in August 2026. Damn, that's wild. These are the sources. Dang. Okay. So they had a daughter, when was this? 2014? Okay. So daughter's fairly old by now, right? And I'm saying this because I have a cousin that's... Okay. I have a cousin that was born in 2013, and she is, bro, she, she calls herself a teenager now because she's a teenager. It's true, because she's 13 years old now. But she's funny, bro, because you know, I have her on Snapchat, and she put this Snapchat story of you know, most viral dances of August 2026, right? And there's some girls dancing, put in the story. I sent her the snap, and and I'm like, "Hey, what you doing, Ree?" I'm gonna call her Ree, cause that's not her real name, but I'm not gonna dox her. I'm like, "What are you doing, Ree?" And she goes, "This is this is what teenagers do now, old man." She calls me an old man, bro. Bro, I'm only 11 years older than her. Okay, that sounds crazy. I am much older than her, but damn, bro, she called me an old man. I said, "What do you mean, old man?" I was just laughing at her, bro. She's a banterous girl, which makes sense because of her dad. Her dad, my uncle, um, he's one of banter. He's one of heavy banter. He's not one to be like. He's not a very formal guy, right? My dad is also kind of a banter. He's probably, my dad and her dad are brothers. But my dad is much older than her dad, which is why there's such a big age gap, partly, right? I mean, at the same time, my dad did marry late, but there's an age gap between my dad and my uncle. Probably a 10-year age gap, at least a 10-year age gap. I don't know, maybe. My uncle's probably born 1970 something. I wouldn't be surprised if he was born 1970. Nah, cause when was my youngest aunt born? My dad's youngest sister must have been born in the 70s at some point, mid to late 70s. Cause yeah, my dad was born in the late 50s. He was probably born around late 60s, early 70s. I'm guessing it's when my uncle was born. Um, so I guess maybe he married late too, technically, because she was born in 2013. My uncle would be in his 40s, having children, which is fine. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with that. But okay, anyway, I don't really know. I've never, I don't know, but but if they have a daughter age born 2014, that means the daughter's pretty old by now. So it has to suck for her too, because now I have a perspective in my head of how old someone is that was born in 2014, 2013. I have a perspective now because I have a cousin born in 2013. I have another cousin that was born in 2014. Actually, December. I have a cousin. He was born in December 2014. I think it's December. I think he was born December 2014, but he was born in 2014. So I have another cousin that was also born this year, and I met both of them during the summer when I took a vacation. Um, so I have a perspective of how old and how mature someone is around this age. I say that because it's been a long time since I was 13 years old myself. Actually, I was 13 years old before I started my YouTube channel, and I started my YouTube channel 10 years ago. Maybe my cousin is right. I am an old man, but okay. Either way, I did not know. I did not know she was with Klitschko, Vladimir. I did not know that, and they had that child together. That's crazy. It doesn't. I don't know much about Klitschko's personality, but it doesn't feel like someone like him and someone like her would mesh in a relationship sense. I mean, I guess they didn't because they split eventually. But I mean, to go to the point of having a child together, I feel like you'd mesh pretty well. And they were engaged, but not really. Okay, I don't know. Not important. Not important. Um, but yeah, She did a bunch of stuff. I was looking through. Apparently she did modeling, which I didn't know. She is attractive, so of course, I'm sure modeling would work for her. Um, wait, Norwegian ambassador? Norwich is top in hot for. Wait, what? On January 28th, 2008, Panettiere handed a letter of protest to the Norwegian ambassador in the US, arguing that Norwich should stop its hunt for whales. Oh, this is her activism. Oh, dang! I didn't know this. I didn't know Norwegians were even hunting for whales like that. Dang. She also did the oh, Japan should also stop hunting for whales. Dang. Okay. That's all of a sudden this hits personal because I'm Norwegian. That all of a sudden. Okay, but okay, we're not here for personal life. I'm more wondering about her Kingdom Hearts stuff. Okay, so she voiced Kyrie Kingdom Hearts 2002. She repressed for those Kyrie Kingdom Hearts 2 and Birth by Sleep, right? Because Dream Drop. What about Dream Drop Distance? Did she reprise her role there? Uh, and also, she didn't voice Namine? Namine. No, she did not. Who the heck voiced Namine then? Not her. Not Penny. I'm gonna call her Hayden. That's easier to say than Penny Tier. Okay, she apparently, yeah, she was fun unresponsive. Sucks to hear, man. But okay, Kingdom Hearts. That's what we really. That's what That's what I really know her from, and I don't haven't watched anything else that she's in. Kingdom Hearts 2, Birth by Sleep. Did Kai even have voice lines in Birth by Sleep? Ah, yeah, there's Kid Kyrie. She must have had like three. Well, yeah, as a kid, but that would have been like 2 lines max. She just said stuff to Aqua, and then bye, whatever. She voiced Shion, but not Namine in Kim's Dream of Distance. Did Shion appear in Dream of Distance, but Kyrie didn't? Oh man, I'm beginning to forget these games. Now it's been 5 years since I played them. She was cast with Viola Davis. Viola Davis is a famous actress, isn't she? She was in what's that movie called? Savage or something? Okay, that's all. I don't know. But I've heard of Viola Davis. She was in Until Dawn, which, like I said, I think maybe play for y'all. Viola Davis, I think she was. What was the famous movie? Or not famous, but like I heard a lot about it. The Woman King. Yeah, this movie. I've seen this. I haven't seen the movie, but she was like the main, the lead of the movie, wasn't she? Okay. Anyway, yeah, just want to say rest in peace. She passed away yesterday. But okay, let's get to the seasonal anime in review, which was the whole point of this video, why we're here. Like I said, this season's fairly weak, so I'm just gonna go through my thoughts, the anime watch, my general thoughts on the anime watch, all of that. Now, it sounds insane that I'm saying that this season is weak when the first 2 anime come up are Witch Hat Clear and ReZero, and these are an amazing anime, especially ReZero. ReZero to me, I mean, come on, bro. Look at the rating. Isn't this like, this is like the second or third highest rated anime of all time right now? The 4th season of ReZero, ranked second highest rated anime of all time. Now it is a 4th season. It is a 4th season, so people are biasly gonna vote for it, but still, as in people people who are gonna watch this and rate this are people who already watch and enjoy ReZero. But even then, Frieren is super high up, and that was the first. That's the 1st season, not the 2nd season. The 1st season is rated higher than the 2nd season, and also, Fullmetal Alchemist rated really high up, and that's the 1st season. So yeah, let's get. I guess we'll start talking about Witch Hat Atelier. Super fun magic anime. Pure fantasy, not an isekai. I know immediately off the bat you think magic fantasy. Okay, it's an isekai. That's something people ask right away, but it's not an isekai. It's a great pure fantasy, and hey, it seems like it's the revival of fantasy, right? People have been talking about it, about how just pure fantasy is getting revival in anime, right? Because I mean, now we're getting Frieren, we're getting Witch Hat Atelier, so we're getting these amazing fantasy anime. Apparently, people are talking good stuff about Wistoria, and technically, even stuff like ReZero and Mushoku Tensei are considered fantasy, even though maybe their focus isn't as directly on the magic system as Witch Hat Atelier is. Although I'd argue we could then say focuses heavily on the magic part, actually. Especially, I'm imagining the light novel even more so. But Witch Hat Atelier, some of its greatest strength is the magic and the magic system, and they're very creative of the way to do it. In that anyone can really use magic because it's just drawing on paper. So anyone that can draw it or use the ink tool to draw it, can do it. But only a few people have specialized knowledge in using it, and everyone else doesn't. And the people who do are not allowed to leak out the information, because if they do, both them and the people that have the information leaked to them get their memories erased once using magic, so they erase their memories. Yeah, I like that concept. I like the way those magic circles produce magic, especially when you change a small part of the magic circle. It goes from just a fireball that, let's say, heads forward versus a fireball that heads upward, right? Just a small change in the symbol, and the way it's done, it's so smart, it's so creative. Fun way to set up the magic system. There's also some antagonists, some brimmed caps that are kind of sus, but we don't know much about them. But it does seem like they're involved in having Coco, who's the main character, be this become a magician, because she was supposed to be a normal human. She's a normal human. Typically, magicians are or witches, or I guess they're called magicians, witches. Typically, they're born and already set up to have a magical lifestyle, right? They're typically children of wizards or whatever. But when you're born a human, you're just born a human. There's no need for you to become a wizard or magician, right? But Coco discovered magic, and it seems like these caps, the antagonist, purposely set her up so that she would find out about what magic is, and led her to a path where now these wizards take her in, and they're like, all right, well, let's just teach her magic and have her follow us. All right, let's not remove her memories, especially because her mother. Because when the first time she's magic, her mother got frozen or got in her home. She also destroyed her whole house. So she's also trying to learn magic so that she could help unfreeze her mother or whatever, because she used some crazy magic to do it. She used some forbidden magic, and forbidden magic is like bad magic. Obviously, we all know what forbidden magic is, and she learned that again from a book she got from the Brim Caps when she was younger, which is why everyone is obviously speculating that okay, Brim Caps they're obviously doing this on purpose. They're trying to get something out of her. The Brim Caps are the ones that use forbidden magic. Normal wizards are not allowed and don't even know how to use normal forbidden magic, but it's harmful magic. All magic that wizards should be learning, according to the regulations that they have set up, is normal magic that helps others, because that's the whole point of being a wizard, right? Or a witch. You're supposed to help others. So cool concept, interesting antagonist. I do actually like the main character. She was a bit annoying, I can't lie, but some of the side characters are kind of fun. Keithy is super interesting. He's the Gojo of this anime, except he's not as important in the world of which had a Lear's Gojo is in Jujutsu Kaisen, because Gojo is the strongest. But he's cool. He's one of my favorite characters. Him and Coco are probably my two highlights. She had some nice scenes at the end of the season, and yeah, nice setup. The end of the season was kind of like abrupt. We kind of ended in the middle of something, so we're waiting to see what season 2 has in store for us. But yeah, 8 out of 10. Nothing. Beautiful animation as well, gorgeous art animation. Nothing that makes me want to rate it higher, but everything it did, it executed nicely. I have no reason to go lower than 8. But to achieve a 9, you have to really surprise, really hit me hard, and this didn't do that to me. But it's still good. Um, I would say Frieren is better fantasy anime. If someone asked me, I mean, if I want to watch a fantasy anime, should I watch Frieren or Atelier? I would recommend Frieren before I recommend Witch Atelier. But it's still fun. It's still good. 8 out of 10 is not a low score. I feel like I've become pickier and harsher than I used to be when it comes to score, and I might have given this 9 back in the day, maybe 8 years ago, but now I'm not. I need more. Especially with one season, it's really tough to captivate me enough in one season for me to give you a 9. You gotta be like a Call of the Night to do that. So, yeah. All right, next is ReZero Season 4. Now this is just peak, guys. This is a 9, but this is also the 4th season, so it does have a lot of setup. I mean, it's so difficult to talk about ReZero without spoilers, so I'm not gonna spoil it. It's cinema. I'm gonna just give a description. So light spoilers, just a description of the season, but don't worry, I'm not gonna, what I'm saying. Okay. How do I see that with a spoiler? Okay, well, basically, yeah, okay. I'd assume. Okay, all I'll say is you've watched the first 3 seasons. Okay, if you haven't watched the first season, it's fine. But I'm not gonna say anything crazy. Basically, after the end of season 3, we all saw how season 3 ending. Season 3 is so far my favorite season. I loved. It was basically Fortnite this season. It was Marine. It was the Marine Ford of ReZero. It was the fourth grade Ninja War arc of ReZero. Right, season 3. All the characters that we met throughout the 2 seasons so far all met up in this one city, the Water 7 city. It's called Watergate City or whatever. But they met up, and there was a lot of fighting, a lot of action, a lot of hype. But there was so many cool stuff. The Subaru had a great speech. All that happened, and then uh, everyone forgot who this dude is. Yukurius. So except for Subaru, but that was basically that season. Hype season. Season 4 spooky. We've gone back to season 1, 2 vibes of ReZero. It's back to spooky, back to scary. Episode 3 or 4, I remember being hella scary. That was a cinema episode. Um, but we've gone back to the mystery because season 3 was very action, very like, okay, we know what's happening, we know how the loops work. But season 4, we're back now to I have so many questions and I have zero answers. I don't know what's going on. So, and this probably is the best time to come out this season. Yeah, probably ReZero. But yeah, season 4, they're now going to this tower. I forgot what it's called, but they're going to this big tower because they're still trying to find an answer to how Ram, well, yeah, to both Ram and to what's happening to Julius. Because, Ram, everyone forgot who she was, except for Ram. Well, Ram also forgot who she was, but Ram cares a lot about her and Subaru. And now that everyone's forgotten Julius, they also want to find a way um, to get him back to normal and have people's remembrance of him return. But for Ram, it's not just about people's memory of her returning; it's her own mind returning, so she can become conscious again. She joins along, she tags along because she also has her own hidden quest, and then obviously we learn that you know, she is Echidna, but not the Echidna that we know, the Echidna that was inside her crystal, and that the Anastasia from season 1 has gone to sleep. So, a bunch of stuff going on. They all want to go to this tower and bring with them Meili, this blue hair girl. She doesn't look blue haired in this cover because of the yellow lighting, but she's blue hair, and because she's good with magic beasts and stuff. And they're all going to this. And she's met her in season 1 as well. She's with the heck was her name? Elisa, whatever the girl wanted the woman that wanted to assassinate Subaru in season 1, the first episode. Anyway, so they're going to this tower to meet this person named Shala, and Shala's supposed to have the answer to a lot of stuff, and there's some wise sage or whatever, and yeah, also Shala is this girl. I'll just say that. Well, she is his apprentice or whatever, right? So she considers someone her master. Well, that's about it. I'm not gonna say any more. I'll said more than I should have there, but there is a big twist that happens this season that I'm not gonna say right now because it's a spoiler. But it's a big twist, and oh my goodness, it's so good, so good. So I can't say any more than it's so good. This was probably the highlight of this season, and it's come back this season in summer because they took like a month break and White Fox did not hype up the release of part two of the season, or basically the first 11 or so episodes or 10 episodes came out between April and May, June-ish, and then it took a month break, and now they're back in August. So I've watched the first half, and now I've already watched the first episode, second half. I don't know if the first episode, second half is episode 11 or 10 or 12, but I am caught up. I am caught up to the newest episode. So it's still continuing now in the summer season. So we're gonna get to conclude to this tower arc this season, and I'll probably come back to it during the summer anime in review. When I do that in a couple of weeks, probably in about a month and a half, I'd say 2 months from now. Customer deletes in 4 part 2, I guess. I've not watched Customer delete. I know my brother recommended it to me. My older brother, both my brothers watch anime now, but one of them used to not watch anime, but he started slowly but surely, and yeah, now he's watched some anime that even I haven't watched, such as Classroom Elite. But yeah, I don't watch Slime. Um, I have watched or I'm still watching actually. It's not. Yeah, we only have a couple episodes left, like 7 episodes left. I have been watching Yomi no Tsugai, Demons of the Shadow Realm. This is good. This was made by the same author that made Full Metal Alchemist, by the way. And you might, if the first question everyone I know will ask is it as good as Full Metal Alchemist? And the answer is, okay, no, it's not. But it is still really good, and it's high rated for a reason, right? That's 7.84 is a high rating. It's a solid shonen anime, and you can tell the writing style of who's the name of the author again? You can tell the writing style of Fullmetal Alchemist is there, not in the sense that the plot is completely different. So don't get into just expecting this to be similar to Fullmetal Alchemist. I'm talking about the writing style, the way the characters, the way the story develops, the way they set up character dynamics and relations. Like the author, she does such a good job with it. What's her name? I'll probably go to the manga. I'll find her. Find her under staff. Probably. I should. Reviews, characters, interest tax. Arakawa Hiromu. Yeah, Hiromu Arakawa. I don't know why they don't show her face here, but we have seen her face before. We do know how she looks like. So yeah, she made Full Alchemist, and yeah, now Yomi no Tsugai, and just Shadow Realm. This show is pretty recent though. Yeah, started publishing in 2021. But Fullmetal Alchemist is obviously from the late 90s, early 2000s. When did Fullmetal Alchemist come out? Late 90s, early 2000s. I think the anime came out in 2003, so maybe like Fullmetal Alchemist manga came out in the 2000s. In 2001, maybe 2001. Okay, yeah, and finished publishing in 2010. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood came out 2009. So actually, when Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood was coming out, it hadn't fully ended yet. Like this ended in July. Okay, Phoenix Brotherhood ended July 2010, but the manga ended September 2010. But then I'm assuming Fullmetal Brotherhood the anime managed to finish what the manga finished. But I mean, yeah, ranked number the third highest ranked anime of all time, by the way. So so we're talking about the same author that wrote the third highest ranked anime of all time. So we're talking quality, right? And the quality's still there in that sense, but it's not as peakly executed as it was in Final Fantasy Brotherhood. But it's still there if you want that similar style, and I still think you'll enjoy it a lot. But don't consider expecting this to be the second from Alchemist Brotherhood. That's all I'm saying. It also this used to be the rank number one just a couple of months ago. Before Free Ring came out, before Free Ring Season 1 came out, I'd say a couple of months ago, like a year and a half ago. This is the number one ranked anime for about 7 years, and before that it was Your Name. But then this took over Your Name, and it was stayed that way for years. I mean, there's some season will come and go, but it wasn't until recently Freeman completely took over. So, Demons of the Shadow Realm. It's pretty good. Okay, I should probably give you guys a little bit of a description of what it's about. So you have these twins, and they're born under the holy moon or something. When twins are born in some special moon period, some I think or something like that. It's like they're born once every 400 years, and one of them is the day, one of them is the night. Our main character here, at least he feels like he's the main character for most part, although she's technically also a main character, but he gets more screen time, so it feels like an Edward Elric and Alphonse situation. But Edward feels like the main character, and Alphonse gonna not the main character. And yeah, they're special twins, and they get these special powers. Because they're like these special twins that are born once every 400 years. Our main character, his name is Yoru. and her name was Asa, I think. Yeah, Asa. So they're the two main characters, and apparently Hidari and Migi, which by means left and right in Japanese. Hidari means left and Migi means right. Apparently they're supporting characters, but it feels like they're kind of the main characters too. But I mean, fair enough. Yuru, Asa are the main characters. So yeah, they're born in this village that is completely isolated from the outside world, and so they don't have the same technology, and they're basically in like old times, right? They're still farmers and stuff. Um, except the village gets raided by people at some point because people have heard that these special twins were born, and this the reason why they're special is because they have these special powers. He has something called break, and she has something called seal. And break, again, we don't even know what these powers fully do. We just heard that they're crazy, and people want their powers for themselves. Break, I guess, lets him break everything, and seal lets her seal everything. And she's already used her seal power once to seal some demons. Which just to explain what that is. Demons with an A, diamonds. Um, they're kind of like these spiritual beings, and there's always like two halves of them, right? So you have, for example, left and right. You have the left half and the right half, but it's not. They're an example of a demon duo, and they are Yuru's demons. Asa has her own demons. Actually, Asa's ability is to get more demons, or not ability, but she has multiple demons on her side. You can have multiple demons join you, but you have to be careful about personality types because some demons don't like each other. So you know what I'm saying. So, but a demon pair will always like each other. I mean, they're always like Hidari and Migi, left and right. They're always fine. But to be with another demon pair, they might not always work out. Um, and so that's what demons are. And not everyone has demons. Not every combatant, not every fighter has demons. But a lot of them will still know what demons are, and not all of them can see demons. Right? Some of them can see demons, some of them cannot. I don't really know what the rule or what makes you be able to see demons or not. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just noticed that Tadari is voiced by Nakamura Yuichi, who's the voice of Gojo, for example, and Tomoya from Clannad, for example. Um, so yeah, so they're stuck in this village, and then some peeps raid because they want their left and right, not the left and right power, their day night and day power, break and seal. She has seal, he has break, and well, yeah. And when they raid the village, they're looking at these helicopters and they're thinking, what are those birds? Why are there birds doing stuff to us? Because they don't know what helicopters are, right? Because they live in this primitive village. Um, and then they get raided. A bunch of innocent people die in the village because none of the people in the village, most of the people in the village, almost nobody knows about the outside world. But there are some people that know and stay shut and don't say anything. And that's where these two are raised, at least as far as we know. That's all I'll say. And yeah, Yoru finally gets out of this primitive village and learns that the outside world is vast. There's a bunch of technology and starts learning to live in the outside world bit by bit, and also wants to get revenge and and find his parents as well because his parents are missing. So he wants to find his parents. That's actually his biggest motivation is finding his parents. So that's what this anime is about. And Yuri is such an interesting, cool main character to me because upon learning about the outside world, he doesn't go, "Whoa, this is sick," which a lot of like generic main characters will do. He knows about the outside world, and his mind is immediately, "Okay, how can this information help me?" And he acts like sometimes there's scenes where he acts like he knows about the outside world, right? When he's finding although she's like, "I don't know what a telephone is, but I'm gonna act like I know. I'm gonna act like I know how this works." I freaking love that. I love when a main character, like an anime character, is smart, especially when it's a main character. It's like not obviously stupid, not obviously just gonna be like, "Whoa, what the heck? It's a vending machine. I don't know what this is crazy." He just acts. He just stands there. And he's like, "Okay, I don't know what this is, but okay, I'll just try and analyze it, analyze this mechanism." I love that. I love that. So it's a pretty fun anime. I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna finish it. If season 2 comes out, they announce it. Hopefully this does well. I'll be watching that for sure. I'm not gonna mess you, Hiromu Arakawa. You write some great stories. She does a great job, and I just recommend it if you like a nice, it's a solid shonen anime. It might not be from Alchemist, but it's still good. I do recommend it. I like it a lot. I have not watched Historia. Doctor Stone. Okay, so this is why earlier I said I was unsure about what the best end of the season is, whether it was Doctor Stone or ReZero. I still think it is ReZero, but Doctor Stone, this is the finale, so it's a big deal. It is the finale. Um, I've been watching Doctor Stone since the beginning. 7 years later now, it's over. I can't believe it. Science Future Part 3. The plot of this season, as you can clearly tell by the background, is them making a spaceship. So now we've gone from primitive times. I'm saying the word primitive a lot because yeah, they're living primitive times and they're living in primitive times. If you know the plot about of Doctor Stone, you should know by now. Come on, bro. Genius high schooler is they gains consciousness after 3,000 years because the world got turned to stone, and then because he's a genius and knows science, he uses his knowledge of science to return the world from its primitive state to, well, back to modern times, basically. And he figures out, has to learn how to figure out how to unstone others, free others from being stoned, and rebuild technology. And then as we watch the anime, we learn bit by bit about science and what he does, right? With the science. Yes, you get a lot of science lessons. It's still a shonen anime. So you get shonen elements, you get fights and stuff, but the science is the main thing, and discovering new things, and also discovering the villain, the antagonist, who turned the world to stone and why, all of that. That's the big mystery of this anime, which this season explains and finishes off and concludes. And their last big scientific thing was to build a spaceship so that they could go to the moon, because that's probably, which makes sense if you think about it in real life. I mean, that's one of the biggest scientific accomplishments human beings have ever done, right? Is take take a man to the moon and have him land there and then have him come back safely. Like that is probably, even if it happened what 60 or years ago now or something. Um, Actually, less than that, 50, 57 years ago. It might have been 57 years ago since it happened, but it's gotta be one of our biggest achievements. I know we also have made the internet, the computer, all that stuff. Those are all big deals. But taking a human being to the moon, that's W science right there. So makes sense for this anime about science to end there. And they have made the internet too, but or at least they made broadcasting TV. So we've gone pretty far with the science, and they obviously don't go in super detail about every single bit of the science because one, I'm assuming the author themselves doesn't know the super nitty gritty details. Although they must have researched a lot to know what they know for the season, for Doctor Stone in general, but also because going to the nitty like going to the detail of all the scientific things would take way too long, and it's way too confusing, or way too in depth for just some anime about science, or there's some manga about science that it's a shonen that I'm saying young teenagers are supposed to read and stuff. Like it's not supposed to be that big a deal, right? So yeah, I say the spaceship is the biggest thing they've invented. If you know, you know. Don't worry. I've watched the entire anime. I'm not larping that I enjoy Doctor Stone. I know what happens during the season, but yeah, they deal with they deal with the antagonist that stone them, and then they make the spaceship, and then I know what happens. All right, next up, I think okay, Kori no Joheki. So this anime was made by the same author. This is Ramparts of Ice in English. It's on Netflix. Made by the same author that made Polar Opposites, which came out last season. So imagine that you're an author, you write two manga. Yeah, this one. Seihanta in Japanese. Seihanta na Kimi to Boku. Um, this anime. Sorry. This anime. Oh man, I'm tripping. Yeah, made by the same author, Polar Opposites, and the one we just saw, Ramparts of Ice or Kori no Joheki. So imagine that you're an author, you write two separate mangas, and they both get anime. in the same year, 2 seasons back to back. That's gotta be you gotta be feeling awesome if you're an author at that point. They're both romances, but very different. This is a lot more rom-commy and relax. You can watch it with your friends. Relax. It's chill. No big drama. No nothing going on like that. But you can tell it's the same author or the same artist as well because of the art style between this and Rampart of Ice. But they're yeah, both romances. This one is a lot more comedic, a lot more laid back, and the whole point is romance between two people who are polar opposites. So he's kind of like doesn't say much, didn't exactly have a wide array of friends as a school kid until she showed up in his life, and she's very talkative and extroverty and yappy, but it's not one of those cases where in generic anime where oh silent guy gets with the super talkative girl in the end of the relationship, right? It's not like that. It is it's very well executed, kind of like Just Up Darling. Over there, it's kind of well executed too. That kind of trope. I think I think Sam pulls it off well, and there's a bunch of different dynamics, but they're all polar opposites, right? Like these two to each other, but they're polar opposites, and then high key these two to each other, but they're polar opposites. I mean, that's the whole point. Is that you have two opposite personalities, but they get along with each other and end up in relationships, and it's fun to watch. So he's also very talkative, can go up to anyone and talk, but she's very shy. Uh, doesn't always speak out loud, doesn't always say what's in her mind. But it's really well done. The characters are very dynamic. They're not one dimensional. They have when you look at their minds, you're like, oh my goodness, okay. They also have a lot of teenage thoughts, which makes sense. They are teenagers. I mean, this is teenage romance. They have these type of thoughts that at least I wouldn't have at my age when communicating with someone romantically or not. I'd be more blunt to say the least, but these guys would be like, "Oh my goodness, am I doing this right? Should I be saying this?" Or like, yeah, a lot of like teenage thoughts, but it's very fun. And Ramparts of Ice is very similar to that too. In exactly what I said. This one is just a lot more has a lot more drama in it, so it's less comedic. It does have comedy, but it's a lot more drama. It's a lot more like tension within the character, a lot more. So whether recommend this or Ramparts of Ice or Pull Opposites, it really depends on what you want. Do you want something more drama, but still fun? Not so drama that it gets serious. It's not like oh man, like two guys beating each other up. It's not even as dramatic as friggin' Flower Bloom's thing that came out last year. Did I talked about that anime, didn't I? I did talk about anime. It's not even as dramatic as that, but it does get a bit dramatic. There is some tension between characters, some say because drama doesn't have to be fighting or the clashing each other. Drama can just be character relations that I don't know, has some tense between I don't know, some tension between them. It's not always just laid back. Drama just to me just means this is not just a laid back um people have fun talking to each other show. There is some disagreements that can happen. You know what I'm saying? And I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. I give it like I said, I give it an 8. I give it the same rating as I gave Doctor Stone and which I earlier. It's high praise. I don't know what did I give Polar Opposites? I also gave that an 8. Makes sense. I think they're equally good, but it just depends on what you're looking for. So it's high praise. It's high praise. This author knows how to do romances, drama, comedy. They know how to write characters that you really get engrossed in, and then really want to know what happens next to them and how they'll interact next with each other. It's well done. It's well done. So I recommend it. Probably my favorite romance for this season, at least for the spring season. So yeah, Nippon Sangoku. This anime is so freaking good. I was debating giving this a 9 out of 10. It's so good. This is anime's you think it's a historical anime, but it's really a post modern anime where civilization kinda got uh destroyed after a big war, World War III or whatever, and so they lost a lot of technology and then back to like Japan 800 years ago, whatever. Like they're back to those kind of times, but it's it's Japan, but ruled by three different nations, three different sections, and our main character here. basically rises up the military commander changing one of the nations, and it's kind of this military kind of anime, I guess you could say. But the motivation, the first episode's so good. Like the first episode will hook you in, or the second, first or second. But the first episode does a great job hooking. At least it hooked me in, and it never let up. Animation is beautiful. The art, the details on the art are so good. The fights are great. Um, I only have praise for this anime. Highly recommend. This is one of the highlights for the season for sure. Um, I don't know what else to say about it. I don't want to spoil even the first episode too much, right? It's kind of like Promised Neverland, where it starts off somewhere and then he completely throws you off the rails at the end. And then this dude is such a cool character. So many characters are so cool, but this dude is so cool because he's so smart and he uses his knowledge of reading old during the pre-modern civilization books, right? Reading books from before the time where the war destroyed Japan and in the world, right? Before the technology became reversed to the state that it's in the anime. So it happens post 21st century, by the way. This happens probably in the 23rd century or something. I don't know. But yeah, Nippon Sangoku. I don't have I don't have much else to say about that without spoiling it. But yeah, it's a military. It's very strategic. Love the characters, love the action, love the animation. I don't want to say too much that I can say without spoiling it. I haven't seen any of these. Iruma-kun, I am still watching. I don't know what episode we're in now, but it's had a lot of breaks recently. But yeah, it started off with this music festival. That was a fun arc. In some ways, I prefer it to the Harvest Festival because Harvest Festival was a bit slow paced. That was the season before this, whereas the music festival was a lot faster paced. And I think that pacing is good for Iruma-kun if he wants to do arcs, because Iruma-kun was never, as I was never about arcs. It has been about arcs. There was that one Mirio arc where he did villain, but it's typically like 3 episode arcs, not like 12 episode arcs. Iruma-kun doesn't do that well with like long arcs like the Harvest Festival. So this arc was really good, 7 episodes or something. We got this music festival and all the classes moving up in ranks again. It's so good. I love the bonding between the class in Irumakun. They bonded with each other even more this season, and we got focus on characters where Soy, what's his name, Soy or whatever. Oh yeah, him, Soy, the guy with the trumpet, and then Elizabeth, or Elizabeth, something like that. So you get more shine and focus on these two characters, which they deserve. Um, so I love that all the characters in the class are getting a lot of focus. And character development has been sick. Iruma Kun is rising, bro. He's becoming a menace more and more. I love it. But it's more Iruma Kun. It's a great chill anime. I love watching Iruma-kun with like a cup of cocoa or something like at night or in the evening. It's a great chill anime where you don't have to use your brain that much. It's an anime that a child could watch, you know what I'm saying, and understand what's going on. But it's also like not boring. It's a very good comfort anime. I think that's right. It's such a good comfort anime. Um, so if you're into that, hey, you've got 4 seasons of comfort, bro. It's really good. It's really good. It keeps you hooked. It keeps you going. Uh, Rarely is an episode just straight up boring, bro. Like every episode has a lot of fun stuff going on. Even if an episode isn't as good as a lot of the highlight episodes, there's always gonna be like a fun gag or something that keeps you in and keeps you comfort. It's like a good anime watching on a sofa, just relaxing, just it's good. It's good. So um no, this is actually higher rated, 8.10. Okay, higher rated than I would have expected. But I guess people like the music festival. I did too. And after the music festival, Miruka is going back to that episodic style, which I think it does well. That episodic style, but with some overarching themes. Like it's not completely episodic either. It's like 2 episodes are related and another 2 episodes are related, but it has an overarching theme which I really love. Like there's always like a bigger plot in the background of, you know, Iruma-kun growing as a person, as a demon, as a student, and the world of Iruma-kun is growing. There's stuff going on. It's kind of like Spy Family in a way. Spy Family can be episodic, but there's overarching stuff going on, and I love that. So if you like Spy Family, you might like this. Spy Family is another good kind of comfort anime, but I'd say this is even better as a comfort anime. Spy Family, I think, you probably want to focus a little more on the plot. It's not as much comfort, I feel like, but Inumaki is very much comfort. So okay, I watched Kanan-san. Yes, I did watch Kanan-san, but to be honest, I watched it with friends. All right, hey, protect me. All right, I'm sorry. I did not know. I did not goon to this. I don't goon. I did not goon to this. Okay, this was genuinely a hilarious anime to watch with friends. Um, to explain what this anime is, I'm surprised all these female characters are here, considering these three only introduced themselves more than halfway through the season. They became relevant in episode 8 or something. But okay, Kanan-san, it's an anime about this girl who's a demon, and she goes to the human world because she's a succubus, and she wants. Well, she's not a succubus. Sorry. I'm sorry. Honestly, it's because she wants to suck people's souls. So I'm just going. She's a succubus, but that's not really a succubus, dude. Succubus is different. I'm not gonna explain what a succubus is right now. Google it. But she just wants people's soul because she's a demon, and to do that, she's trying to like get high school guys apparently hoarded up after her, but the main character is such a Chad that he makes her fall in love with him, and he falls in love with her too, and then but she's super not shy, but she's super like she's super shy about romance, I guess. She's like, oh my goodness, anything romantic, right? Even though her whole plan was to use romance and horniness to get guys, to get teenage guys as holes, but it didn't work with this guy because doesn't he's so blunt with it. He's like, yeah, okay, want to be my girlfriend? Cool, let's do it. I'm gonna give you the best date ever. This dude is locked. So he managed to convince the entire family too that he wants to marry her, even though she's a demon. She's a high-ranking demon too, right? She's a daughter of the demon lord or demon king or whatever. Um, but as a mere human, should never be allowed to date her. But hey, man's a Chad. There's also some other female characters in the background. She's kind of like their mate. She comes along to the human world to watch her shenanigans, and she's a goddess. So she's actually a holy maiden or whatever. She's supposed to be against these demons, um, but note she's a goddess, and look at I don't know, man. I did not know nuns or goddesses supposed to wear stuff like this. I mean, every single woman in this anime is voluptuous. They're all voluptuous. They all have massive bazongas. Every episode, trust me, it's a highlight that they have massive bazongas. But listen, watch this with your friends. It's hilarious. It's a great fun watch. A lot of comedy. I enjoyed myself watching it just because of the ridiculousness of it. The gag, hilarious. So yeah, that's Kanan Senpai or Kanan San, whatever the name. Kanan wa akumade choroi. What is that in English? Kanan San something something. It's devilishly evil or something. Devilishly easy. That's what it is. Mistress Scarlet is devilishly easy. Akumade choroi. And she has the voice actress of Kaguya from Kaguya-sama, same voice actress. So you'll notice that very quickly. Like her voice is super iconic. She's like, "Whoa!" Like nice voice. Akane Panashi. This honestly such a good anime. I thought this was underrated. I did not see that many people talk about it. Even my friends didn't want to watch it with me, but I enjoyed this so much. I watched it on my own. I loved it. I can't wait for season 2. It's Rakugo, so this is actually my first Rakugo anime I've ever watched. I've seen Rakugo in other than before, and I know what it's about, so I didn't go into this without knowing what the Rakugo concept is. But I haven't seen a Rakugo, anime about Rakugo before. Although I have seen I have heard about there's one anime called Rakugo. It's like this 2 season anime came out 10 years ago or something. All my friends highly recommend it, but I haven't seen it. And it's a lot of fun. This girl loves Rakugo. Her dad got expelled by this dude, that so she wants to become a Rakugoka herself and become really good with the same style of Rakugo that her dad was taught by this guy. And she also wants to ask this guy why she expelled her dad. And yeah, basically, we follow her as a still high school student or whatever. She's still a bit too young to become a Rakugoka officially, so she's just practicing on her own. And she becomes his quote unquote apprentice, but not official apprentice because she has to finish high school first. And yeah, it's fun to watch. It's fun to see different Rokugo concepts explained to us and stuff in different styles of Rokugo. It's very engaging, and there's also a tournament arc. There's also tournament arcs of Rokugo for and competition of like, okay, who's Rokugo's better and why, and the analysis of it. It's fun to watch. I loved it. Solid 8, honestly, very solid 8. I can't wait for more seasons. I'll be there no matter what. Okay, Liar Game. I watched the first episode. I remember watching the first episode of this. It was such a ridiculous concept, and she's so freaking gullible, which I think is to the whole point. Yeah, she's honest to a fault. She's way too gullible. So yeah, but she's with this. What was he, a serial killer or something? I think he's like a serial killer or something like that. I don't remember. I don't remember. But like she's like, listen, if you help me out, I'll give you. Cause she's part. She ends up. She joins this. I'm only watched the first episode, by the way, so I don't. I'm not talking like I know what's going on. Well, I only know what happened in the first episode. She joins this like pyramid scheme or some scheme of this game where everyone earns 1 million yen or whatever, or $1 million or something, and they give her $1 million too, but she shares it with her partner or her guy or something. Everyone gets a partner and she shares it with them, and then her partner or her guy, took her. Oh, it was her teacher. Her teacher was like, "Yeah, give me your $1 million or whatever." And she's like, "Okay, sure." And then she meets this dude. And this is like a serial killer, and she's like, "Yo, help me out. I don't know where my money's at," because she found out that guy was sus, or I think he found out. I don't remember exactly when, but she's like, "Yo, bro, like, my $1 million," and he goes, "You're so gullible. Let me know where he's at. I'll find him for you," or something like that. And then um together they um what am I saying, bro? Um uh um yeah, and she'll give him like part of the money if he helps her win this game. So yeah, I've only watched the first episode. That's what I remember the concept. Okay, I haven't seen any of these. Okay, I've seen Need a Girl Overdose. Honestly, this anime, and it's a video game actually adaptation. So I've heard of. Apparently, the video game's popular. I've seen a lot of people. The game was their profile picture and stuff. This OK Angel's profile picture. This anime though, I don't know how the video game is. This anime, it felt what's the word? There is a perfect word for this anime. I know, edgy. This anime was edgy. Just like it felt like it was trying to be experience lane, but like 10 million times edgier. It did not work. It felt like it was trying to be some perfect blue, but super edgy. It was super. From the first episode, I didn't like it, but all my friends wanted to watch it, so I watched it with them. But I thought it was super edgy. That's why I gave it a 4. It had some fine concepts here and there, and some of the characters cool. Like she was a cool character, but otherwise, I don't really. I honestly, half the episodes were hard to watch. It was hard to watch. There's a bunch of like, like super edgy, like, oh, she does drugs. Look, she's cutting herself. Which these are important themes that are, I know, wild themes, and these are streamers as well. So it shows like the real side behind streamers and what's going on in the background. It's super messed up, and they have crazy, crazy backgrounds, and they grew up in the craziest families and stuff, and their partners as well, like sexual abuse and all that. It just felt so edgy to me. I don't even know what the point of this anime is trying to say. Like, oh, don't become parasocial to streamers. Is that I don't even know. I don't know. I didn't like it. Um, if you enjoy it, cool. But I don't know. I thought it was extremely. I don't know if pretentious is the right word. Let's see. Is pretentious the right word, bro? Pretentious. Is that even the right word? I don't. It felt edgy. It's just edgy. I don't know if pretentious is the right word. Edgy for sure. I haven't seen these. I haven't seen these. Actually, were the ones from up top that I have seen on the first episode. Yeah, because I watched the first episode of this. The 4 seasons, but one of the seasons, spring I think it was way, and then she's come back to, because you need every single season to maintain balance in this world, and then the main character becomes the spring season or something. That's what I remember the first episode at least. I've seen the first episode of this. I don't even want to explain it. It's not good. In my opinion, it's not good. Okay, they're like, yeah, all right. I've seen the first of Marriage Toxin. Seemed like a fun little action thing, but um, yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna go super in detail about animes I've seen the first episode of, and that's it. I haven't seen anything else here. Did I watch? I don't think I watched it. I don't know. Okay. So we are now on this anime. It's another royal anime, and with some comedy in it, cause she's like she's from a royal family that does martial arts, and then she goes to the like main royal place, and then he is the prince. He's the crown prince. He's gonna become the king, and he's supposed to be engaged to her and marry her, but he accidentally on the day of, uh, tells her, and so there's like a swap happening or whatever, and then eventually they do actually end up engaged, and then she's kind of like shafted, but we find out that actually he didn't like her that much and prefers her anyway or something like that, and then she likes actually had a crush on her but didn't want to ruin his older brother's chance. Bro, it's mid. It's just mid. What is the synopsis here? Yeah, because she's a martial artist, right? Athletic. Oh, right. She also has a younger brother. Okay, yeah, sure. He's supposed to be a crown prince. Um, she traveled and transferred to the Royal Academy in hopes of finding a husband. And then she has a child. Yeah, this is her childhood friend, by the way. I remember that. Agrees to help her. The future crown prince mistakes her, right? Yeah, I remember this. The first episode, he mistakes her for her and asks her to be engaged. Um, so he makes it, and he knows his. Yeah, that's another thing. These two have an arranged marriage. That's another thing. So it's like finds out he loves her more than her, and he always had a crush on her, but he didn't want to ruin the arranged marriage. That's the whole point. So he planned to cut her off, but he mistakes her, Maria, for her, and then yeah, that's what happens. And okay, boom. All right, I'm not gonna explain myself anymore. It's mid. It's just a rom com with royalty in it, and I'm okay off of royalty anime. I'm okay off of them. I've seen a few. They're not really my style of anime. Um, the characters don't interest me typically. Almost never. The concept doesn't really interest me. Almost never. Yeah. Mushoku Tensei does royalty really well for me. Game of Thrones, but when it comes to anime like this, I'm not interested in this royalty thing at all. I know I'm focusing on the royalty aspect, but that's because, bro, when they're having a tea party and they go, "Ooh, these crumpets are mighty delicious," I just get bored watching that. I get bored by watching like rich British royals do stuff. Oh, Prism Rondo also has good royalty, but it's good as long as it's not the main focus. I don't know. Some of those things do bore me. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going. Oh yeah, this is the anime about where she had to. This guy's a cat. He's a super strong magician, but she had to lick his as a cat, his behind to say yes. That's literally or kiss it, not lick it. Kiss it, and then that's what caused him to turn back to a human. And she wants to become a magician. Yeah, I've seen the first episode. It was ridiculous. Okay. Oh, this is fun. I've seen this. The ridiculous reincarnation or whatever it's called in English. My ridiculous reincarnation. This was a lot of fun. It was on Crunchyroll. It's basically this dude who dies and becomes reincarnated because that's what happens to people in this universe. They reincarnate, but when you reincarnate and you don't find the correct place to reincarnate to that fits for you, you take another trial run and reincarnate again and see if that works better. But this dude is stuck in well, not stuck, but he always keeps reincarnating because he never finds the right place that's right for him. And she's the one that's in charge of him and supposed to find a place for him to reincarnate. And then they do that over and over. So he keeps reincarnating places and comes back, and she's like, "Oh, you came back. Okay, why didn't you stay there?" And he's like, "Okay, well, put I'll show you my story." And then he shows basically there's a TV that shows his memories of TV's plucked his head and shows his memories of the world he just reincarnated to and his entire life that he's spent in this reincarnated world. And they spend like a half an episode to an episode showing that off, and then it continues like that episodically until the last two or so episodes that are uh, that conclude the whole story, and it's done now. I mean, I don't see this getting season two because the last episode really concluded the story and concluded his reincarnation, perpetual reincarnation problem, to say it like that. I mean, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna say anything, but yeah, that's the plot. It's really fun. It's hilarious. Another great anime to watch with friends. Nothing that will blow your mind, but it's really funny. It's really funny. Some of the concept conflict is hilarious. It's very creative as well. You could tell there's a lot of passion put into this work because it's very creative. Mao, honestly, I don't want to talk about this anime too much. It's because I found it kind of boring. What did I even rate it? Did I even give it a rating? I think I did, didn't I? I give it a 5. Okay. I mean, I can stay at 5. It's mid. It's not that good, in my opinion. Even though it's Rumiko Takahashi, this is my least favorite of her work. I love Urusei Yatsura. I love Ranma Half. I've seen both of those. I've heard good things of My Sonic Cookie. Should probably get that. I love her classic stuff, but this is her newer stuff. These are newest thing, and yeah, this girl, she's the main character. I guess Mao is the main character because his name is Mao, but it does feel like she's the main character because she has a lot more screen time. She's from our world. She's with us humans, da da da. But then we find out that when she was young, she was in a car crash that killed her parents, but she didn't die. And then we find out later that well, there's some supernatural stuff happening as to why she didn't die at the time. And then eventually, when she's a high schooler, she grows up. She enters this portal that sends her back to this like old Japanese world or whatever, and then she's with this dude, and then there's a bunch of yokai, there's a bunch of spiritual beings, and he's trying to find this cat who's the Byaku or Boka Byaku. What's his name? Byako? Byoki. Byoki, and then he's trying to take care of him because the Byoki has done bad stuff, and he's cursed the main character, and he's also probably curse some others or kill some others in the past, and it might be the cat that he knew like 1,000 years ago, something like that. Um, I don't know. I didn't find it particularly good. I watched like 12 or something episodes of this. I'm not gonna finish it. Not my type of anime. Sorry, Rumiko Takahashi. I love you. Rumiko Takahashi, like I said, same author as Yurusei Yatsura and stuff. And Maison Nikoku. Ranma Half. These are iconic anime, but Mao is just not for me. I've watched this. This is one of the worst detective anime I think you'll ever see. The animation was rough. In this Little Aladdin films, they needed a better budget for this. It looked horrible. Um, it's just not a good anime. I've watched all 12 episodes. It's just not a good anime. This dude's a detective. Do you guys? Did any of you guys watch? The detective's already dead. This one is somehow even worse than that. I mean, that anime was not particularly good, other than the first episode. This anime, bro, this dude dies, but somehow he still comes back to life, and that's what the game is called. Are you dead again, Mr. Detective, or something like that? Because he dies, yeah, killed again, Mr. Detective. And then when he dies, this girl comes back and gives him a lap pillow, and he wakes up and then she looks at him and she goes, killed again, Mr. Detective, in a way that makes us all super jealous of him because we all wish we could get a lap pillow by a girl, and then have her smile at us as we wake up, and then say some nice words like that to us. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, this dude dies, and by dying and reviving, because the killer doesn't know that this dude is capable of reviving, he finds some crucial detective information and finds out who the killer is or whatever. And there's a bunch of other characters show up. Some of them are secretly evil. Some of them are not really evil. Especially, I like this blonde girl and dog duo because she's a detective and she just translates what the dog says, and then nobody understands what the dog says. They only understand what she says. But the way these two talk to each other is she talks to him and then he talks back to her, but she translates what he says to her before replying to him again, which is it's great. It's such a good dynamic because she'll be like, "Hey, what are we doing here?" And he'll go, well, woo, woo, woo. And she said, and she'll translate the live as she's saying, and she goes, "We are here to investigate this room," and she'll go, "Ah, okay, sounds fun." Like it's like that. I like that dynamic. It's funny, but other than that, this time is not great. I did not find the mysteries particularly good either. Um, if they ever make us into this, better best believe I'm not. I will not be watching it. Okay. Anything else to talk about? Another mid anime. It's I watched this, yes, because my friends really wanted to watch it. My friends somehow really enjoyed this. I don't know. It was not for me. It's about these neighbors that they live together. This dude's a manga artist, this dude's an author, but at the start you don't know he's an author, and she doesn't know he's an author, but she knows he's a manga artist. And yeah, they're neighbors, and then she meets him, and then he wants to protect her from him. He wants them to pretend that they're in a relationship even though they're not in a relationship, and then he first meets her assuming that she's in a relationship with him even though they're not. She, by the way, she's both the roommate, but she lives in the middle, so he lives on the left and he lives on the right. And I'm pretty sure all their names reflect the fact that their neighbors live left, middle, and right. Because his name is something that means left. His name, I believe, is something that means right, and her name is Rinko. I think there's something in there that means that she lives in the middle or something. And then because they're direct roommates of each other, these dudes or who somehow they decide to punch holes through the walls so both of their apartments connect to hers, and then they often come in and have dinners with her and stuff. And yeah, it's it's comedic like that, and then she ends up having a crush for both of them. Kind of, it's kind of a weird thing. It's like maybe poly, half poly, or something. I don't really know. But yeah, she's an otaku. It says otaku. Should mention that she's an otaku and loves his works. She loves his manga, but he he doesn't make any advances on her because he assumes that she's in a relationship with him, even though they're not. They're faking it. It's mid. It's mid. Honestly, if I wasn't watching with my friends, I would never watch this. I'd watch the first episode, be like, okay, this is not for me, and quit there. All right. So if that sounds like it's something for you, go ahead. Start with the first episode. If you enjoy the first episode, continue because every episode after that is not that dissimilar. It's kind of that same type of vibe with the comedy. If you don't enjoy the first episode, it's not gonna improve in a better direction for you. I doubt it at least. So that's my take at least. Haven't seen this. I've seen more anime this season that's not listed here, haven't I? Okay, I'll finish with this season anime at least. ONA. I did not watch any ONAs. Were there any OVAs that I watched? No OVAs. Huh. Movie? I did not watch any movies from this season. Special. Oh yeah, My Hero Academia more. I guess we could talk about this. So we talked a few months ago about how My Hero Academia is over because it is over. But in May, this little My Hero Academia more special thing came out. I don't really know what to say. It's just an extra episode. It's 20 minutes long. One episode that shows the lives of the class 1A. Uh, what they're doing now that they're pro heroes. Deku retired. He's only a teacher, but the rest are pro heroes, and they become top 10 in the global rankings. Doesn't isn't Todoroki like top 1 or something, or top 2? Todoroki. Oh no, it's Mirio. Mirio's number 1 and Todoroki's like number 2. So they're all top heroes now, except Deku's a teacher. He's not a hero because he lost the one for all power. Mostly, he lost most of it. But yeah, it's just an extra episode to show where they're all at, and then a little tease of the set of the runs between Deku and Ochako. Even though it seems like it's a real thing. It's really happening, and yeah, it's just a it feels like Monogatari series where you have Owari Monogatari, which is the final season, and then you have Zoku Owari Monogatari, which is the final season after the final season, and then you have often a special season, often monster season, even though it's just actually a sequel. Except this is not that. This is not. This is just an extra thing, extra special thing. My Academia ended. This is just what are the characters doing now that it's ended, right? Um, that's basically it. And there is another special that came out after this. I guess I'll talk about it while I'm still here. There is another 6-minute thing that came out. Yeah, I watched this. This came out really recently. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. I watched this. It was just some short, not even an episode. It was like 6 minutes or something. How long was it? So yeah, 6 minutes. It's basically Eddie. She's a bit more grown up now. She started to become a student herself, right? She's like a teenager, and then she wants to go and talk to Deku. It's like a little extra special. Like it's a what happens in the like 10 years after the end of my reading, or 8 years or so, some years until she becomes a teenager, and Deku is now back to being a hero in this at least as we see here, and or at least a lot of people give him credit, or yeah, pretty sure he is back as being a hero, and then people give him credit like okay, so he's already top six in the world, like he's the man who saved the world, and so there's a lot of hype around Deku, and then they give him flowers there. So it's a little fun, and then you get to see what Aries up to a little bit. It's super short. It's super short. Not much really happens. But that's it for the spring anime. I'm gonna end this video here. I don't have much else to say, um, but yeah, you can see why I think this season's not as strong as winter or spring, summer season. It's the weaker season. I mean, yeah, last season we literally got Frieren, Jujutsu Kaisen, Hell's Paradise. Wait, yeah, uh, Sends to be a hero. This was good at the start. Kind of lost me in the middle, but good at the end. So I'm definitely watching more after this second season that ever comes out. Love the Shinoko, love Polar Opposites. Bro, the end of Fire Force was freaking peak. Fate Strange Fake was so good. I mean, this Iko Kuniki, bro. This season was so much stronger than and we have more vigilantes, even though season two is not as good as season one. Bro, this season was so strong compared to spring. Spring is definitely a weaker season, and summer season so far is definitely stronger. Bro, we're getting Mushoku Tensei, Bleach, Yanni Neko. I've only seen the first episode, but I'm gonna keep watching it. Bleach, I've seen the fourth episode as well. I think the one that came out yesterday. Um, More Polar Opposites. Oh, this the Ghost in the Shell. I'm watching this. This girls love anime. I'm pretty sure this is a girls love anime. With like interesting magic concepts going on. I'll probably be watching it. We'll see. We'll see what I have time to. There's a Witch of Tomorrow anime. Yeah, this Kyoto Animation anime. This is the Kyoto Animation anime. Sparks of Tomorrow. I'll probably be watching that. But what I'll also be watching is yes, Jadugar. This is a must watch to me. I'm watching this. I'm watching this. Trust me, guys. This is probably gonna be maybe my anime of the season. That's not a sequel because ReZero's back. And Mushoku is back. Yeah, that makes them the anime of the season. And Bleach. Come on, man. The ending of Bleach. Bleach is finally ending, by the way. That's crazy. The final season of Bleach. Um. Oh, 100 Girlfriends. Hilarious. It's back. That's my peak. Wait, why is it so low rated? 8.0. That's a high rating, but like compared to the previous season. Previous season was like even higher rated than 8.12, wasn't it? Deserved an 8 point rating, but this anime is so good. It's hard to get my friends. Oh, never mind. Season two is not high rated at all. What the heck? Season two deserves to be high rated. Okay, I'm glad season three is high rated at least. It's hard to get people to recommend this anime to people because who can I recommend this to that'll actually enjoy it? But I freaking love it. This anime is for me, bro. This anime come out the same season as Frieren and Apothecary Diaries. It had those titans coming out at the same time, and it stood out as a titan, bro. I can't lie. Um, we're getting one season every year and a half. That's good. That's good. Good progress. W anime. Um, this anime also seemed interesting. This villainous anime. This is the villainous anime, right? Yeah, the villainous anime where she swaps places with her body. It's interesting. I might keep watching that. Sayonara Lara. Yeah, I'll be watching this. I'm watching this. Um, Anything else to really note? Not off the top of my head, but okay, I might be wrong that this season was much stronger than the spring season. It's stronger than the spring season, but I don't know if it's much stronger. Oh yeah, Link Lake season 3. You know I'm watching that. You know, I'm watching that. Watch original short time again, Narumi. Ooh, is this worth watching? Kaiju number 8. I did not even know what's happening. Oh yeah, you know I'm watching this though. Ooh, this has a high rating. Ju Ju Guangli Ju. Is this Chinese anime? Looks like a Chinese anime. Huh. There's a Star Wars anime coming out. The Ninth Jedi. I couldn't care less about Star Wars, but for you Star Wars fan, go on. I fell asleep watching the fourth movie. Like I don't care about Star Wars. I don't think it's. But Link Click is hype. I'm watching Link Click. Yeah, 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 okay. Link Click alone pushes this season enough to be a strong season in spring. But I don't know if it's this season as strong as winter. I think winter might be the strongest season so far this year. Winter season was really strong season. Special. Oh yeah, One Piece Heroines. I watched this too. I thought this was part of the spring season, but I guess it's part of the summer season. But I'll talk about it now, I guess, instead of talk about it during the summer season because um, this video is already short anyway compared to the ones that I typically do for this. And One Piece Heroines was only one episode already done. So fun little like special thing with Nami and Robin. Mostly Nami though, because she goes to the store. Well, first the Straw Hats are attacked and she has these um, heels that are supposed to be fighting heels, but they don't really work for her fighting. So she falls and is not quite capable of. She cracks her one of her toenails falling, and she's not quite able to catch the guy that stole her loot. Then she goes to the store and finds that in the store um, that the stolen loot was somehow there. She meets this dude who's this big shoe designer and this girl who's also the shoe designer and some of this company together. But the girl is actually an amazing shoe designer, and she can make fine shoes way better than he can. But he has to make the part of it for it to be a part of the company because that's what the kind of agreement they agreed on. Da, da, da. And I don't want to say the rest, but yeah, um, not so it resolves itself with both the loot of the pirate ship, you know, her relationship with the store clerk, the lady, and the guy that owns the store, and then Robin doesn't have as big of a role. What? Wait, yeah, this didn't happen. None of this happened. The only the okay, the one episode I saw was about Nami. Yeah, Nami starts in a fashion show, and then Robin's only involved as like a background, like a side helper to Nami. Like, hey, Nami's like, hey, Robin can help, and Robin's just like, sure. But Nami's like the real main character of that. That's the one episode I saw, the 23 minutes one. But apparently, according to the synopsis here, there is a observe Rise Robin. She helps to decipher an ancient tablet with Glenn Sabo. Okay, so it's a Nami focused episode. That's the one I saw with Robin in the background, kind of helping her out. Apparently, there's a Robin focused episode with the Rushi army. Song Princess Vivi. There's a Vivi episode. Huh. And Perona episode. I know Perona. I know they have episodes, but they don't appear in at least on in the episode I saw. Again, it says only one episode. They don't appear in the Crunchyroll episode that I saw. So are we getting more? I guess we gotta be getting more, right? Because the novel I saw, because the light novel has all these stories, but the anime only has Nami's story. It's 10 chapters, so yeah, one episode's not enough to adapt 10 chapters. But yeah, Nami gets a story, Robin, Perona, and Vivi. So glad Perona's getting so much shine in One Piece, and Oda recognizes how popular she is, because she's kind of a goat. Um, Uta gets a story. Uta's a main character. Okay, Uta. Okay, Uta. Uh, Came out 2019, finished in 2023. Okay, so it's a while between the stories. All right, guys. So to finish this off, there was a file I wanted to show you guys. Um, but I don't know how to do this super cleanly. Let's see. Let's see. There was something I wanted to show you, but I don't know how to show y'all. What's the best way to do this? Maybe using my USB stick. With my drive. Okay. Would I leak anything if I show my Google Drive? I think I'd be fine. I think I will be fine. I just gotta be careful. Wait, I need to download the videos. My fault. Because if I show this, nah, oh nah, that's doxing myself. I can't show that. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna try to show you guys these videos. Through my Google Drive, I think. Let me download them. Save that. I did this like I went to this. I've seen people do this voice. What's it called? Choicer voice thing, and decided to try it myself. And I can't lie, it was a lot of fun. So I wanted to show you guys the results of that. No, I should have pulled them one by one. Let's do that. Ooh, that's I'm setting up so that let's call it YT. I'm setting up a folder so that I don't do anything crazy. Let's move it to there. Okay. Now I should be fine. Okay. All right. I'm gonna try this out. All right, ready? Please work. My fault. Okay. All right. So these are the videos I want to show y'all. So this is my voice acting, okay? So I did this. What's it called again? Voicer. What's it called again? Voicer. Voicer choicer. The choicer voicer. Yeah, I found this like a browser. It's you're supposed to buy the game, but I did this like demo browser thing. But let me go know if this is funny. I might buy the game and actually fully do this. Like I don't know. It's like a $5 game to buy, and I was like, is this worth for $5? I don't know. Especially if I'm the only one voice acting, I would prefer to voice act with friends and stuff. But this is me voice acting two scenes. So this first one is the Todoroki Daki scene from Season 2 of My Hero Academia. It's my voice acting. I'm pretty sure I was using the exact same mic I'm using right now to record this video. This made me laugh so much, and you guys can see not only how bad my voice acting is, but also how hard voice acting for real is. It's not easy to be a solid voice actor. But I think some of the hey, y'all can listen and let me know. All right, let me know your thoughts. I thought this would fit in an anime video. I mean, the clip after this doesn't really fit, but it's only 1 minute. But I thought this would fit because it's an anime video, and then yeah, it's my voice acting. So this is all me. This is all my voice. Okay. Let's hope the audio is good. I'm gonna actually raise the audio here. I don't actually I'm raising it to my end, not for you guys. Is it max for you guys? Okay, it's max audio for you guys. Hopefully it's good. Here we go. I refuse to use my left side. It's yours! Your quirk, not his! Bro, I was dying when I heard this earlier. I was freaking dying, bro. What do you guys think of my voice acting? The problem is, that's the best part of the clip. What just because it's the best part of the clip, the rest of the minute you can barely hear my voice because the music is so loud. The music is so you can barely hear my voice. But I refuse. But it's so weird to hear my voice acting in an anime character, bro. It's yours. To use my left side. It's yours. Your quirk, not his. It's okay. Okay. My fault. That grunt is amazing. The Todoroki grunt is amazing. Come on, you gotta give me that. Sorry, I'm coughing a lot as I'm drinking water. You gotta give me the Todoroki.
It's
clip.
yours!
Alright, the Deku voice acting is trash. My Todoroki and Deku voice acting is trash. But you gotta give me the cuckoo sound I did.
Your quirk not hit!
That's sick! Okay, that's really good.
Left side. It's yours! Your quirk not hit!
It's okay to use your power. Why was I breathing that heavily into the mic, Hammett? I mean, come on, bro. You can't even hear me in the background because of how loud I was breathing into the mic. It's okay to use your power.
Tell me you're trying to say you want Todoroki this.
And you see how loud the music is. You can't even hear my voice acting the whole time.
You fool! Even though you wanna win this battle, I wanted to. I'll be a hero. You will live up to the reason I created you. Amazing. With those injuries, in this hopeless situation, don't blame me for what happens next.
Oh yeah, the screaming was so good. Okay, I did such a good job screaming, bro.
One of them could be killed! Come at me with your full power, Todoroki!
I hit that scream. Wait, I hit this scream, bro. I went to the depths to hit that scream.
Come at me with your full power, Todoroki!
Bro, the thing is, I can't scream like that forever. That's genuinely gonna hurt my throat, bro. That's gonna damage my throat, bro. I still think the first 12 seconds here are the best part of the whole clip.
I refuse to use my left side. It's your.
I refuse to use my left side.
I refuse to use my left side. It's yours! Your quirk not hit!
Dude, that grunt is so good. That I did. I don't even know how I did that. I don't know what I was thinking when I did that.
Left
It just
side.
worked.
It's yours! Your quirk not hit!
It's okay. That's so good. I sound like Todoroki doing that. I sound like Todoroki with that little grunt or moan or
Your
whatever.
quirk not hit!
It's okay to use your power. Alright. Now the second clip. This one's funny. This one's funny. Have you guys seen The Incredibles? If he wants to load. If you guys have seen The Incredibles, you'll know what this is. This is so good, bro. Alright. If you haven't seen The Incredibles, this clip is so iconic. But my voice acting is trash. I could have done his wife so much better. I did his wife dirty. I kind of took these like one take. Like I didn't think too much about. I mean, proper timing and proper voice acting. I could have done better. Honey, what? Where's my super suit? What? Where? What? Honey, what? Where's my super suit? What? Where is my super suit? I put it away. Where? Why do you need to know?
I need it!
Don't you think about running off to doing no daring do? We've been planning this dinner for 2 months.
The public is in danger!
My evening's in danger.
You tell me where my suit is, woman! We are talking about the greater good!
Okay, that was good, bro.
You tell me where my suit is, woman! We are talking about the greater good!
Greater good? I am your wife. I'm the greatest good you're ever gonna get. I gotta rewatch that, bro. Bro, I've been dying at this, bro. I'm great or good. I am your wife. I wish I could do her voice better. I can't do female voice. I mean, I can't do male voice either. I can't do any voice that isn't my own. I can't do accents. I can't do voices. This is why I'm not a voice actor and should not never be a voice actor. Honey, what? Where's my super suit? What? Where is my super suit? I put it away. Where? Why do you need to know? I need it. Don't you think about running off to doing no there and do? We've been planning this dinner for 2 months. The public is in danger. My evening's in danger. You tell me where my suit is, woman. We are talking about the greater good. Okay, that's good, bro. You tell me where my suit is, woman. That was good. That part was good. That's like the only good part of this whole clip. You tell me where my suit is, woman. You tell me where my suit is, woman. Like that frustration was real, bro. That frustration was real. Danger. My evening's in danger. You tell me where my suit is, woman. We are talking about the greater good. Greater good? I am your wife. I'm the greatest good you're ever gonna get. The grunt at the end was good too, bro. I am your wife. I'm the greatest good you're ever gonna get. Bro, this will crap me up, bro. Honey? Honey? What? Where's my super suit? What? Where is my super suit? I put it away. Where? Why do you need to know? I need it. Don't you think about running off to doing no there and do? You could tell like I hesitated started there, but I was doing one takes only, so I didn't think about it too much and fix it up. We've been planning this dinner for 2 months. The public is in danger. My evening's in danger. You tell me where my suit is, woman. We are talking about the greater good. Greater good? I am your wife. I'm the greatest good you're ever gonna get. Okay. I'm done, I'm done. That's enough, that's enough. That's not even anime at this point. But there you go, guys. That was the seasonal anime in review for spring. Sorry about the little, you know, thing at the end there. I just wanted to show you guys that, because I thought it was hilarious. I was doing that earlier today. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, including whatever that was at the end. I'll see you guys probably in a month and a half's time for summer season of anime. So for now, I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope you enjoyed watching this at least as much as I enjoyed doing this. And yeah, I'll see y'all then for more anime and review. Now this ended up being a longer video than I expected it to be. I don't know exactly how long it is, but I think it ended up being longer than I expected it to be. But yeah, see you guys for summer anime review. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed watching this at least as much as I enjoyed, doing this. And yeah, peace.